Hello and welcome to the Drone Zone. I'm drone pilot Brian Kay.
And I'm drone pilot Joe Tillman.
And as you can see, we are on location today.
Where are we going?
We're heading up to Jerome.
What's to see in Jerome?
Well, Jerome is actually one of the most haunted places in Arizona.
Ooh, spooky.
So we're gonna go to the Gold King Mine in Ghost Town.
Okay.
Learn about the history there, and then we're gonna hit up the Jerome Grand Hotel.
Wow.
Which is said to be one of the most haunted hotels in the country.
BK, who are you gonna call?
The Drone Zone.
Perfect.
Let's check it out. I'm here at the Gold King Mine and Ghost Town in Jerome. I'm here with Garrett. Garrett, this place runs in the family, right?
It does, yep. So my grandpa came here and started it in 1982. He started collecting artifacts while he was still a heavy equipment operator for the union. And then during that time, he wanted to figure out a way that he could stop working for the man and do his own thing. So he found this place up here, Jerome, Arizona. It's got 4 seasons of weather, and it's got old mining history. So he found this little relic in time and wanted to plant his roots up here and started collecting over the last 45 years of everything you can think of, from the Industrial Revolution to antique trucks to old sawmill, and just a ton of history up here. So he ended up passing away in 2016, and then that's when we took it over.
And this used to be an actual town.
Yep, this was a town called Haines, Arizona.
And how many people lived here?
At one time, there was 300 people that actually lived here.
Oh, and the gold mine?
Well, so the story is that they were after copper and hit gold.
Oh, wow.
It ran the course of its vein. We're not really exactly sure what the precise amounts were on that, but we stick with copper because we know this is copper territory.
All right, cool.
But the Gold King mine got its name from that story, so.
Sounds like there's a lot to check out. Let's go check out the town.
All right. We get a lot of people that think it's real eerie. They love the feeling, and then we get people that say this place is incredibly peaceful. They're always asking if there is ghosts, and I just tell people, hey, it depends on how you're living your life. When you come up here, you'll usually experience probably a real serene, just kind of peaceful atmosphere. We try to keep it more family friendly and be able to entertain guests.
Garrett, this place truly is a ghost town. A lot of old relics and buildings. And what is this right here?
So this is the sawmill. Behind you right here is a 1914 Whitty. So that's the engine that we use to drive a 100-year-old bell saw carriage sawmill. Don used the 1914 Whitty because he loved the old engines to drive this whole sawmill. And what he would do was cut wood that he would get from all around the Verde Valley in Arizona. So that was usually oak, juniper, and pine. Lots of pine because this is big pine territory.
Are these all the tools that were used?
Yeah, so these are a lot of the artifacts that were just collected from back in that day. This is actually an old ice maker. So you would use the old ammonia method to make ice. These are the milling balls. They look like cannonballs, but these are milling balls from an old crusher. So these are them after they've been completely reduced after crushing multiple amounts of ore. And these are about in their full size. So it's basically a big washing machine with tons of milling balls in them, and it would crush your ore.
The town, is this how it looked like back in the day?
No, believe it or not, this was completely barren and desolate. Okay. So there was not even a single piece of iron up here. The only thing that was up here originally was the 2-story building behind us, which was the miners' cabins, and the original mine shaft over here, which is 1,270 feet down. Everything else Don brought here.
So if somebody was decided to come up here and visit, what can they do? What can they see?
So you're gonna see a ton of rust, a lot of fun antiques. You're gonna be able to have your kids play with the animals. They'll be able to do gem panning, gold panning, crack geodes with an old 1800s crusher.
If you visit Jerome, this is a must-see spot.
Yeah, this is an iconic piece of history right here.
Thank you, Garrett.
You're welcome.
Check out Gold King Mine in Ghost Town.
I'm here with Ken from the Jerome Grand Hotel. Ken, what about the hotel?
The hotel was built in 1926. It opened in 1927 as the United Verde Hospital. servicing the 15,000 people, supposedly, of the town and the miners. Closed in 1950, and for 44 years it was vacant. Larry Altier bought it in 1994 and transformed it into the Jerome Grand Hotel. He said initially when he came on board it was a very heavy feeling, and that lifted over time. It did have a haunted aspect to it before he even moved in to take it over. There were stories from nurses and staff of strange happenings, and since then it's continued with the guests coming out here and looking for ghosts. But really what it is more than anything is that it's a testament to Larry, what he's done with this building, and turned into a place where people from all over the world come out to spend time, relax, enjoy the views, go out in town. Town of Jerome has a lot of restaurants, a lot of shops, so much to offer here. So definitely recommend coming out.
Cool. Let's go check out the hotel.
Let's check out room 32, one of our more haunted rooms.
We're on the 3rd floor of the hotel. Tell us about the room behind you.
Well, room 32 is reported to be the most haunted room in the hotel. It is by far the most rented room in the hotel. If you go on YouTube, you watch the videos, hundreds of people have come in here, anything from seances to Ouija boards, paranormal activity. Any ghost hunter, big outfit that comes out here is going to go to room 32. Now, reportedly, there's been 2 suicides in there, and that's really the basis for why people feel it's haunted. Aside from the cat that jumps on people, and the apparitions people see in the third floor is the most active.
So this is 32.
This is 32, a lot like the other rooms in the hotel. Every room is completely unique. When it was a hospital, all the rooms had different purposes. So when Larry Altier rebuilt it into the hotel, every room is going to be different, completely different. Different clocks, different pictures, different feel about it.
And does it have a view?
Beautiful view. Yes, if you look out like these, we have 5 valley view balcony rooms that are absolutely the best views in the valley. The highest commercial property in the Verde Valley. Absolutely beautiful at night, as well as the daytime. When it's snowing, gorgeous thunderstorms, you can imagine, look at what you got here. Absolutely beautiful. So this is the Asylum Restaurant. It was the general admittance to the hospital, so you had everybody back in the day, they would walk up those steps, come right in, see a doctor, get their medications. All the high school kids would get their inoculations here. And after the hotel came into place in '94, they decided to open the restaurant.
Has this been known to be haunted as well, or is this the ghosts tend to stay away from the restaurant area?
You don't hear about that so much here, although I did hear a story about a patron eating here where one of the pictures fell off the wall. So there are strange things that happen everywhere in this hotel, but people don't usually come here for that reason. They come here for the great food.
Well, Ken, thank you for having the drone zone out today.
Oh, thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Hey, you guys are great. Thank you so much.
All right, so those were 2 really good looks at the Gold King Mine and Ghost Town and the Jerome Grand Hotel. Joe, what did you think of the Ghost Town?
I liked it. I thought it was cool. It's a step back in time.
Oh, yeah.
It's something you don't see anymore, and it's like a hidden gem inside of Jerome.
A part of history.
BK, what did you think of the Jerome Grand Hotel?
I thought it was a little spooky. It's, quite the landmark. This old hospital converted into a hotel. I've actually stayed there in the past.
Anything happened when you stayed there?
And when Ken mentioned the patron that said that a picture fell off the wall in the Asylum Restaurant, that was me. That was me. The other thing that I thought when we were walking through the hotel and we saw the housekeeper by room 32, which is the most haunted room, he told us, remember he said, right. He didn't really experience anything in room 32, but in room 23, he said he's felt someone's like watching him. Jerome is known for its haunts and ghost activity, but there's a lot to do there, from restaurants to a bunch of unique shops.
And we also drone the Jerome Historic State Park, which takes you back in time and shows you what they did for mining back in the day when Jerome was a mining town. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Wes Yeager. I am the park manager at Jerome State Historic Park. We are in the Douglas Mansion. This is the former home of James Stewart Douglas, also known as Rawhide Jimmy. He was the mine owner for the UVX mine. This home was built in 1916 at a cost of $150,000. He had the home built directly above his mine. It is a very large adobe structure. As you're going around the park, you will have great views of the town itself, great overviews of the entire town of Jerome, and on the outside grounds going around the park, what you're going to see is various mining equipment that was used here in the mines back in the heyday. Now, when you're out back of the museum, you'll be able to a good overview of the actual mine entrances for the United Verde Extension mine. There are two head frames down below, the Audrey and the Edith, and there's actually a sheet of safety glass over the mine shaft, and the mine shaft is lit, and you'll be able to look down the mine shaft, and it's 1,900 feet deep, actually. The takeaway, I would like people when they leave here to just have a better understanding of what the town is here for, why it's here, what it's all about, and really to come away with a really good understanding of just how hard this work is. If it wasn't for these miners and the copper mining and all that, our world would not be revolving today.
All right, well, that's our trip to Jerome. Joe, did you get scared?
I don't know if I got scared, but I think I felt the presence I haven't felt in a long, long time.
Yeah, I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Could be. BK, let's get out of here. Take us home.
All right, I'm drone pilot Brian Kay.
I'm drone pilot Joe Tillman.
Keep your drone soaring and your adventures exploring.